What's up? IlSaico over here. I don't usually tell people my name because what does it matter? And honestly, unless it's someone I'm getting completely close to, then I could see the point. But in today's world, let me just tell you something. Back in the day, if you were worried about everyone around you or everything that people did around you, or you were just simply under the impression that everybody was out to get you, you would be considered paranoid. And honestly, under the impression that society was under in those particular times, they would probably haul your ass off to a psych ward or something. But in today's day and age, unfortunately, the times have changed, the tide has changed, and things have changed, as well as people have changed, as well as people's motives have changed. Hence, you technically have to be paranoid, or else you will get fucked, and everybody will do everything in their power to use you, to get what they can get out of you, and then just throw you in the trash like the garbage, and then you're supposed to sit back like everything is okay. You know what I mean? People who, like myself and many people I know on a personal level, we might a lot of times seem like everything is okay. We might act happy. We might act motivated. We might act like nothing is wrong. But the thing that anybody else out there that thinks they can go off a person's initial stance or the initial way they present themselves to you. You know, sometimes in life, you just learn to put up that firewall. You know, sometimes in life, you learn to just act a certain way just so people don't take advantage of you. And unfortunately, people like me, it's gotten to the point where I don't even act friendly. I don't even act happy. I don't even smile. And it's not like I'm just trying to be a badass, mean all the time. No. The reason I do that is because that's all I know. Okay? You don't seem to understand that. You know, all those people out there, telling me, you should smile, Dude, I know nothing else than to keep a straight face. Now, I'm not gonna lie, if someone close to me, tells a funny joke or something, I'll laugh, I mean, life's not all about being serious, not having a good time. But everything in moderation. And I've honestly learned that by me letting myself go around people and getting comfortable with people gets me, not them, me, fucked in the end, okay? Because in today's society, when a girl or a guy is considering getting with someone, they are not worried about how that person acts. They are not worried about what's in that person's soul. They are not worried about that person's background. They are not worried about what that person's morals are. You know what they're worried about? Let me tell you. The only things a lot of these people are worried about are things that are simply invalid. Let's say money, which honestly it is important, but it's not what a relationship is based on. A lot of people, are worried about, does this person have good sex, or all this shit that does not even matter, okay? A motherfucker could present himself out, a lot of bling and watches and gold chains, which you never even know if they're real, okay? So you can't go off a person's looks and then make your decision upon that, okay? It just does not work that way because you will get fucked too. And then we have the motherfuckers running around saying, oh, all guys are the same, all girls are the same. Well, maybe if you learned to actually look into what matters when debating getting into a relationship with somebody, you would not have that problem. Okay. A lot of these people are worried about shit like, oh, this guy looks cute, this girl looks cute. I mean, looks, I mean, they do help. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, looks are great. But the thing is that you could have a girl or a guy, you know, potato, looking beautiful or whatever you want to call him or her. But what the fuck does that matter if they're a total dick? Or bitch, I should say. Inside. What are their looks gonna do then? Absolutely nothing. Nada. Okay? And, another thing I have is, you know, I personally was adopted. I'm gonna be honest. No, my adopted family. I was with them until I was 16, and honestly, I ran away from home. I got my own job. I got my own place to stay, thanks to my, really good friend in Costa Rica when I was staying there. You know, I was trying to be responsible as a kid. I come back to the U.S. back in 2007, and the whole family disowns me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I have a problem with them. I try to forgive. You know, I try to move on. I try to not stay stuck in the past on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see if someone killed one of my good friends, I hold a grudge. That shit will never go away. But for the simple fact that I am different, I am not in your category of a good person. You know, that means I'm no good in your eyes. When in reality, I might not be the same as you. But my mission, my goals are just the same as yours. I just want to live, I want to be happy, and I want to help people. And yeah, so I just don't understand people sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And in today's society, man, shit is ass backwards, you know what I'm saying? We got fucking people talking a bunch of shit, you know, to each and everybody their own opinions and rights and whatever, you know? I know that all matters. That's what this country was based upon, was our Constitution and our rights. So that in the future, if we came upon a tyrannical government that wanted to do whatever it wanted, that we would have that Constitution and those laws of the land to protect us. But now, we're more worried about what celebrity is dating who. We're more worried about gay rights. We're more worried about shit that in reality does not matter, because what we really need to do is all come together as a society and work together. Because while we're all distracted watching football and getting so depressed over a football game, that there have really been people depressed enough to kill themselves over a damn game. That we don't even pay attention to what the fuck is going on around us. We don't pay attention to the fact that there are 3,000 immigrants, as they call them, migrants, as they call them, which I beg to differ, but there are 3,000 illegal immigrants crossing from all countries, all different countries, across the border. Mind you, these people are coming across the border. Who's paying for the bus passes? Us, the taxpayer. Now, I don't got a problem with people coming over to our country, okay? Because in reality, if I lived in a third world country, full of chaos, and war, and violence, and drugs, and gangs, I would like to leave too. But that's not the point. The point is, they themselves are not even aware why they're being brought over here. Let's put this in perspective. For example, if I were a tyrant in the high ranks of the government, okay, and let's say I wanted to become so powerful that I couldn't be touched. But there's one problem. I have the American citizens that are going to shut me down as soon as I get out of place. Now put this into perspective. If I bring a bunch of people from another country into this country who are young, who have never been educated, who have never been brought up on what this country was brought up on, who have never even been taught about the Constitution, then those people could very easily be used as a political pawn to be able to pass anything they want, okay? And here's the two-edged sword part of the deal, okay? Let's say, you know, maybe they decide to not follow orders, or maybe they decide to not do what people ask them to. Maybe they decide to just be real humans, to just do what is good for the human race in general. What will happen there is everything they're getting now, for free, assistance, whatever, will be taken. So they're between a rock and a hard place. So what is the average person going to do if they're facing either homelessness, death, returning to their chaotic country, whatever, or kissing up to it and just doing whatever? You know, I mean, that's shit you got to consider, man. When everybody's worried about she has all the guys in school. For once, man, like, I'm sorry, man, but as far as my morals go, I wouldn't date anybody else besides the girlfriend that I had at the time, simultaneously. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You think you're cool because you're dating 100 people at once and sleeping with 100 people at once. That makes you cool, right? No, man. Another thing. All these kids rolling around, you know, gangster this, thug this. I can guarantee you one thing. All those people you can't claim to be thugging with, all those people that you claim to have your back, if you get caught up, all them motherfuckers are gonna be gone like Casper the Friendly Ghost. And ain't nobody gonna care about you, man. I know this thing. And if you think going around and robbing old people and robbing banks and carjacking makes you cool, nah, dude, that just makes you a bitch, okay? And a bitch, why? Because, for one, you are being completely soulless. You are not being a leader. You are being a follower. You are going out and engaging in gangster-like activities because you want to fit in. You think that makes you cool. Okay. So, you know what? Go on. Do whatever. Live whatever. But in the end, you will know that there was another way. And honestly, as far as music goes, you know what I'm saying? Music was not always my thing. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, I used to detest hip-hop. In fact, a lot of the hip-hop today I still do detest, just simply because of the belittling of women it does. You know, calling women the hoes and all this shit, you know. And the sad thing about it is, a lot of times, a woman these days thinks it's cool to be called a bad bitch. Like, really? You like to be called a bad bitch? Like, at least wouldn't you like to be called a good bitch? Like, seriously, but whatever. That's besides the point. But the fact that there are no morals. There are no moral standards, okay? And as far as the music goes, I'm not in it. Like, I do music. I write my own music. My beats, I have someone over from the United Kingdom that composes the beats, okay? That's why, you know, I shout him out in the songs. But as far as the lyrics, I write those myself, okay? My music is not your average Rick Ross, you know, Young Jeezy, whatever. You know, I understand these people's, you know, motives and shit. Some of their music is real. But the problem is that you have all these rappers and music in general belittling women. You know what I'm saying? If you look at a lot of the rock videos, you'll see women, you know, posing as whores. And just fucked up in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the way people are supposed to be treated. Why is it cool to you people to be treated like animals? And that's why I am trying to make something different when it comes to music. That is why when I compose my lyrics, a lot of people say, your shit sucks. Your shit ain't exciting. Why? My shit is not exciting because I'm not talking about slanging bricks and having stacks through the roof and fucking hoes and all that. Why the fuck would I want my children, if I had children, or my society in general, to learn off that shit? Why? Why would I want them to do that? Like, I want good for my people. So that's why I take a different approach when it comes to the music. And I could give a shit if I become famous. In fact, I don't want to become famous. All I want to do is to show people a different message, a different music, a different lyrics. Something meaningful that means something. Something that's real. Something that's a real experience and not something animated. Something from the soul. Okay? That's what music is supposed to be about. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I just think people should really think about what really matters before they make a decision. I think you should think about the fact that, you know, if you get with someone by looks, you know what I'm saying, like, let's put it this way. Looks are nice, you know what I'm saying, but looks are not everything. Will looks keep the relationship going? No. What'll keep the relationship going is equal effort on both parties, as well as helping each other through thick and thin. You know what I'm saying? Being there, being real, being supportive. Okay, those are the things you need to worry about. Okay, most of these people I hear, you know, talking about they love their bae and everything and all this shit, and they're pregnant or have children. Listen, I'm sorry, but if your baby daddy is in jail, and he's been in jail several times, for real, like, you put your love, supposedly, over your child's future, over your child's stability, over your child's future, you put that. That just goes to show where your priorities are at. Okay. Obviously, he's there for a reason. So you're trying to tell me that your baby daddy or your baby mama got sent to jail for buying food for you, for buying food for your baby, for cleaning your house? Nah. He went to jail for something else. And if you're lucky, he will turn his life around and do better. But unfortunately, a lot of times that is not the case. Okay? So you guys need to think about all that shit. Okay? As far as the little gangster, you know, thug persona that a lot of people put on, you know what I'm saying? I understand if you grew up in the hood and all that. That's just the way you were raised. But the problem is the people doing it in a fake manner. Okay? There's people that grew up in the street, in the ghetto, rolling with gangs and shit. Okay? And even they made a better life out of their shit. There's people that are CEOs of businesses, and it's not slanging coke. Okay? That is just a persona that you put on to try and be cool, to try and be accepted. Okay? And I can guarantee you that that is not cool. That is not manly to rob people, to slang drugs. What would you do if the drugs you sold somebody killed them? Oh, you probably wouldn't care, as long as that money's in your pocket. And that is what I'm talking about, the soullessness of general society not giving a fuck. And that's why it's called a dog-eat-dog world. Because they just don't give a fuck. They don't care. Fuck it. As long as they're okay. And society will not work like that. We will not get anywhere unless we come together and work together as we are meant to do. And fight together. You know what I'm saying? And that's just something you should think about. You know, before you think about going and trying to live that street life. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the problem, okay? A lot of these rappers, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I ain't gonna mention names. But a lot of these rappers, you know what I'm saying? There's a difference between them and you. You want to know the difference? The difference is money. Okay? The reason you see them, you know, getting caught with guns and drugs and all that, the difference is money. Money talks. You don't have the money to be getting in the trouble that they do. And on top of that, you don't need to, because that is not proper. That is not morally correct. That is not good. Okay? So, I guess that would conclude my message. And I'm sorry if that came across as harsh to some people, but the truth has to be told, and I'll definitely be the one to tell it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you didn't, then so be it. I just throw it out there, whether you bite the hook. You bite the hook. If you don't, you don't. Just get lost in the abyss. IlSaico. Peace.